Hello, my name is Daisy, and welcome back to my channel. This week I filmed a challenge video of sorts. I decided on a whim that I was going to paint the same painting 7 different times, 7 days in a row. I wanted to try and learn new technique by focusing in on one picture several times. Specifically, I wanted to work with a largely black object, as the color black is such a debated color in the art world. So I started a painting of a latte in a black coffee cup that I had bought once while I was in school. My first painting, as maybe you already noticed, I had filmed as a YouTube short last week. So in this video, I kept the footage of that first painting to a minimum. But to return to the topic of black as a color in art, the main piece of advice told to me is never use straight black. Black always has color pigment of some sort. I intentionally forced myself to use red, blue, and green throughout the cup, even if I felt that it was hardly noticeable. Overall, I was happy with how this first painting went and was excited to continue in this challenge. On day 2, I was short on time, so I decided to experiment with using my acrylic paint pens. It was a lot harder to put color in black for this session, so I had to be really intentional with putting bright colors underneath a layer of black. Although this particular painting was by far my least favorite of the rest of them, it definitely helped to solidify where and what colors to use in the black cup. So I'm about to start filming the next day 3 of painting the same picture for 7 days, but I wanted to pause for a second and show you some new art supplies that I got. So here we go. Well, I'll show you some old brushes of mine really quick. You can see lots of frayed ends. Actually, I really don't know if you can see this or not on the camera, but just you can tell I've chewed the ends of these. I'll still use them, I'm not going to throw them away, but I was definitely needing a few new kinds of brushes. So I got this big brush that I'm planning on using for blending purposes. I have this for oils, but I've never gotten one for acrylics, but I finally got my fan brush, which I'm very excited to use. It'll make trees a lot easier. Oh, I got some stuff for my prints. So I got some semi-gloss overcoat that I'm going to try to use on the paper prints that I made for my art store. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I would love to give them just a little extra finishing touch. I really want to, as much as I can, encapsulate the original painting in the little details of the prints. So I'm going to try this. I will let you know later how it goes. I had to get special paintbrushes for that to really hopefully get some of the detail strokes, and then some sponges for backgrounds. This is getting a little bit messy. I am also looking for, here, the next paintbrush. I finally got a very, very small detail brush that's gonna hopefully help those little tiny strokes. So maybe we'll use that today, I do not know. And I had to get more of the burnt umber and yellow, I think it's ochre, it's always how I pronounced it, but the yellow that I always use. These, if you haven't noticed, I am always using these two colors. They are in almost every landscape, so I use these a lot, and so I am super happy to have refills. The final thing was a little bit of a splurge. Actually, there's 2 more things. I also got one of these guys to help with mixing my paints. The Next thing I got was a little bit of a splurge, but my husband told me I definitely should get it, so I did get it. It is a very beautiful, like, porcelain palette for my paints. Hopefully this works with acrylics. I haven't had one like this in a long time. I have been using paper plates, which isn't honestly the best for a lot of reasons. So I am switching over to this. I will also let you know how this goes. I am very, very excited to use it. So with that, I will begin my painting. So for this painting, I knew I wanted my final product to be on an 8x8 canvas. So I thought it would be a good idea to have at least one practice painting on a larger sheet of paper to see what I liked and didn't like about it. The sizing was definitely a challenge, but it was nice to paint the latte art on a bigger sheet of paper. I experimented for the first time with doing a marble countertop in the painting, like in the original photo, and it ultimately failed in this piece. However, I learned what not to do for future reference. Day 4 and 5, I tried a different technique. Day 4, my challenge for myself was to paint the same painting, but without using the color black once. This stretched my abilities and understanding of the colors and the undertones of the black cup that was in the reference photo. Although I went really fast, I liked how this one turned out and what it taught me and how it made me feel as an artist. Day 5, I mainly did the same thing and avoided the color black for the most part. But what was different is I started with a black canvas. This became a game changer for me. It made the bright colors put over the black canvas blend more, and it finally helped me to figure out how to do a marbled countertop, which I really wanted to figure out for my final painting. These last two paintings were by far the most interesting and fun artistic choices that I had tried in this challenge. Hi, it's me, Daisy. I just finished filming day 5 of painting the same painting 7 times in 7 days. I completed this little guy today. He's definitely not my favorite, but I did like how the marble table turned out, so that's progress, which is great. I am just filming really quick. I wanted to try and cut out some of my prints for my art shop coming out this week, and I wanted to show you the process, well, really show you me trying to put on this gloss for the first time. I want to try to make them a little bit more like the original, and hopefully this will help. So you get to watch the process of that, and hopefully either this afternoon or tomorrow I will take another video and show you the results. So keep watching if you want to see how this goes. Day 6, I decided to paint back in my notebook by the original painting I started with. I did not try any new techniques. Rather, I tried to incorporate all that I had learned and tried to design what I wanted my final painting to look like that I would do the next day. Hi, it's me again. I just finished filming day 6. We only have one more day to go for painting the same painting for 7 days in a row. So I'm really excited about today's. I included all of the techniques that I had been practicing the last couple days and put it into one more photo. I showed you already, but I'll show you again. One photo below the same first painting that I did at the start of the week, and I think it turned out really great. I am excited. Tomorrow I'm doing one last painting, and it's going to be on canvas, and it's going to be much bigger, so I can have a final product that I can sell for a limited edition on my shop. So I'm excited to show you that as well. But I wanted to give you an update on the overlay that I put on the prints for my shop. So I will show you first. This is what the prints look like without any glaze. I don't even really know if you'll be able to tell on the camera, but you can tell it's paper. It's very pastel-ish looking like, but when you put on the glaze, it looks so much better, and you can see brush strokes, and it seriously, I really don't know if you can tell or not, but it changes the way that the print looks, and it looks so much more like the original. So I am very happy with it. Yay! Hi, it's me again. I am on day 7, the final day of painting the same painting 7 times in 7 days, and I am so excited to finish this project. I was not expecting to get so tired of painting the same thing over and over again, and I am really ready to complete it. I have learned so much from this challenge. I have learned a lot of new techniques. I feel like I have grown in ways as an artist that I wasn't expecting to, and I'm excited for this final painting so I can incorporate everything I've learned into one more picture. As you can see, I've painted my canvas black to start. That definitely seemed to work the best for the paintings if I want a really nice marble countertop in the picture. Also, you can see that I am using a canvas for the first time. I'm actually painting on my easel, and I'm excited for this too because I think that will make the final product. It will just give it a little bit more. It's a lot easier to do fine details and brush strokes on canvas than it is paper, so I'm excited to do that for the last one. I hope you've learned a lot from this as well. I'm excited to show you this final painting. I hope you've enjoyed it and that maybe this will inspire you to do a challenge yourself in the near future, or just learn from my mistakes. I'm so happy that you're here, and thank you so much for watching me on this artistic endeavor. I hope that at the very least you found joy from my artwork. So, here we go. If you are interested, I will be releasing a limited edition print of my final painting in my art shop that is launching this weekend. And that finishes the 7-day challenge of painting the same painting 7 times, 7 days in a row. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me challenge myself and try new techniques as an artist, and I hope that it inspires you to try and challenge yourself in whatever craft or hobby or art medium that you love. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to support me as a small artist. Thank you so much for watching.